Hi guys, it's Sherry. So today we're going to be making a matching set of a pair of earrings and a pendant. And I chose this beautiful gemstone here. And then these two smaller ones to incorporate with it. So the first thing you're going to need is I have my gold Primo clay here. I rolled it out to my middle level on my pasta machine. So that's about the thickness that you're going to want. And you are going to also need a stencil of any, kind that you like. I just chose this one. And then gold leaf. So first we're going to get our gold leaf. Okay. Then I am actually I have a little glass of water here, and I'm just going to kind of put it over my gold leaf. Don't have to get too wet, just a little bit. Normally I have a spray bottle, but I don't have one right now for my water. And I'm actually just going to take this and I'm going to put it down, and then I'm just going to press my clay right onto the stamp. The water will help keep my stamp from sticking to the clay. I'm just going to lift it and check. Now, normally I would use my cutter for this, but as you can see, my cutter is basically the same size as my pendant. So what I decided to do is I'm going to kind of create my own. So I want to take my sticker off here. I want to find a nice area. I like this one. And then I'm going to cut out my own. So I'm just going to kind of create my own thickness that I want, or width. Okay, and if we have to clean it up afterwards, we can. And then, let's see, I like that. Find another little swirl. Okay. Okay, so now I'm going to put this on my tile, so then I could clean it up and make sure that I'm getting it exactly the way that I want. And I know I want to kind of get an idea of how, I want to make sure, let's see here, I want to get a nice oval look. So I'm trying to think what I could use to make sure that I'm getting my edges straight here. That looks better. See if we could do the same thing here. I'm actually going to trim this up by eye. Like I said, if you have a cutter that fits a gemstone, it's easier to do that. But I unfortunately did not. So I am going to wing this and eye this all up. Okay, I like that. So I'm just gonna smooth out my sides nicely. Okay. Now I'm gonna get my gold leaf again. And I want to kind of straighten out my edge here. There we go. Okay, so once I have that cut, I am going to get my liquid clay out. And put it on my gemstone. This way, I know that my gemstone is going to stay on my piece and be nice and secure. I'm going to do the sides as well because I want my clay to stick onto the sides. Make sure you put it exactly where you like it. Okay, so now I'm going to take my piece here and I'm going to wrap it around my edge. Oh, I got to go a little thinner. So you don't want it over too much. So let's get that as straight as possible. And just go a tad bit thinner. And I'm just going to cut it off right at that edge. And I'm just going to push up. Try to hold your stone into place if you can, so it doesn't move too much. And I'm gonna get a, where are you? I have a little heart right here. So you see my little hole there on the top of my gemstone? I'm going to cover that up so I have this tiny little heart. It's just a lovely piece with the pinks, and now I'm adding a little heart, so I just want to kind of see how that's gonna, okay. So I'm gonna do 2 of these. First, I'm gonna put some gold leaf on the top that did not get the gold leaf. So let's just pat that on here. Make it kind of go over. See if we missed anything. And carefully lift that. Put that off to the side. I'm just going to clean up these edges here. Get the extra gold leaf off. And you don't have to get it perfect, because after you bake it, all that gold leaf will come off. But I want this area cleaned up a little bit, because that's where I'm going to be putting my heart. Okay. Now I got to decide how I want to put this heart. So do I want to put one right there at the top? Do I want to add a second one? We're going to go with that. I'm going to put a few of these on here. So let me get my liquid clay, put that on the back. All I'm doing is making sure that my piece is nice and even at this point. Okay, so there's the pendant. Now let's get the earrings started. Put that. I'm just gonna kind of smooth out my edges here. I feel like this is just a little off. There we go. Okay. Then I'm going to put my gemstones on to kind of eye up where I want them. Okay. So I am actually going to put these really close together for right now, just so I know that my pieces are going to be nice and even. And then I'm going to put a little glue, or I should say Sculpey, liquid Sculpey. I am going to stick on my gems. And I'm not worried about the liquid clay going a little over because I actually want to cover my sides of my gemstones so I could put my side pieces up. I need a little paintbrush. There we go. Let's do the same thing to this one. Okay, so we have our sides covered. Make sure your gemstones are even. And now we're going to take, I'll use this one, and we're just going to, once again, slice this. I'm going to go right in half. I'm actually going to go, you know what? I'm going to take this and I'm going to roll this 1 setting thinner. Okay. That's better. So I'm going to wrap that around. Let me get my, and I'm just going to cut that right there. Now I am going to carefully blend it together and lift it and push up so the top blends nicely with the gemstone. Need to blend that a little bit better. I'm just carefully taking my clay and blending it so it's all one piece. You will not see that little cut that I just made. I'm not pressing hard because I don't want to distort my clay. Okay, do the same thing. And I want to make sure my gemstone on both sides are lined up before I finish pressing this all together. Okay, and we'll clean up the rest after it's baked. All that little extra will come off, and I know I won't destroy my piece then. So I want to add, maybe, I want to see about possibly adding a little heart onto the earrings to make them match the pendant. So I'm thinking that actually would look really nice. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do on that one. And I actually want to take this one. I'm going to cut the opposite side. This way, it's facing the other direction. So if you have a cutter that's only one direction, cut on the opposite side, and now you have, like, as if you have two cutters. I just want to line these up. Okay. Okay, so now I'm going to put these in the oven. This is Primo, so it's going to be 275, and I'm going to put these in for a half hour, and then we'll come back and start working on the next section. All right, so my pieces are out of the oven, and I'm very pleased with the way they look. I think they came out fabulous. Our next step is to put the back on. So remember, I ended up rolling this out one thinner setting before. So I'm going to take my big piece here, and I'm actually going to flip it upside down, and then I'm just going to cut around my piece here. So now I'm going to put some liquid clay on the back because I want to make sure that it sticks really nice. Where's my blade? Okay. And then I'm just going to carefully blend this up, smooth it all out. And I'm just gonna, you're not gonna get it perfect, but I want to blend it as nice as I possibly can. Make sure I don't have no air pockets, because I feel like there's a little air in here. Okay, so now I'm just going to cut a little rectangle out. Actually, I could use this little section here. Okay, so I have a little stick here, and I am actually going to wrap my clay around. And keep it nice and even. I'm going to add a little glue, or liquid clay, I should say. just to give it that little extra hold. Okay. Okay. And I'm actually going to cut this on an angle so it fits nicely around the edge. Okay. So make sure you put that right in the middle. And I'm going to get my small dot tool, and I am just going to push. Okay, put that off to the side. And let's do our earrings. Okay, once everything is smooth and all put together, we could put it back in the oven for another half hour, and then we will be able to complete these pieces. I decided I am actually going to add a couple gold beads to these earrings. So I am going to just take some of this clay and roll it up and just make little balls. I have some other leaf here. I'm just gonna add that on here. And I'm gonna get my little needles. And since we're gonna add some to the earrings, we should probably make a few to add to our necklace. So to make sure that I have the same size, I'm just going to cut out circles. Okay, so I will put these in the oven as well. And then we'll come back and assemble everything and get it together. Our pieces are out of the oven and I think they came out really beautiful. I cleaned them up. I just took my stiff brush and then I kind of went over to get all the loose leaf off. And before I do anything else, I'm actually going to put my gloss over this because we want to protect the leaf so it doesn't come off. So I am going to gloss everything before anything else. So let's do that quickly. I'm using a satin glaze here. And I'm going to keep my stick in here because then I could prop this up to hang it. And then I could do the front and back all at one time. I'm going to carefully go around, avoid my stone, so I don't have to clean that up afterwards. Just make sure you've got all the areas. And now I'll put this in my container to dry. There we go. And this I will only be able to do the front, and I'll have to wait till it dries to do the back. And to let them dry fully, I just have a little piece of clay here, and I will stick the needle right in there. My pieces are completely dried now, and I kind of set up how I want to put them. So we're going to work on the earrings first because those will be the simplest. And the first thing I want to do is make sure that I'm going to drill the hole exactly the same. So I have my tiniest drill bit because I know that my little jump rings will fit. And I'm going to go right in the middle. And don't go too close to the top because you don't want to break it. And I'm just kind of eyeing this up. Okay, right there. Okay. Now I'm going to get my pliers. And hopefully these jump rings will be large enough. If not, I have bigger ones. I think I may want to try bigger ones just so I don't end up breaking that. So let me get my next size up. Okay. I'm going to leave that open for the time being. Okay. And then I am going to put my beads on here. And I'm going to trim this a little bit because I want this, when I bend it, I want it to be small. So I'm just going to trim it a little bit. Bend it. And then I'm going to just turn it over. So just like that. Make sure that's all the way down. I'm going to do the same thing to this one. Oops. Once again, just cut a little bit off. And roll it over. Okay. So my next step is I have this chain and I just cut off a little section of it. And I'm going to get a small jump ring here. I'm going to put a little jump ring in here. And then I'm going to add one of my beads. And let's close that up for a minute. Oops, come on. There we go. Now, I want to add my bead to my earring. And I'm going to close that. Make sure it's completely closed. I'm going to turn that. There we go. And I want to make sure that my triangle part is going to be facing straight. So I'm going to have to move this and this the same for that to happen. Okay. And now I have my earring piece. I put that on and then carefully close that. Okay, so there is one of our earrings. Let's put the other one together. So right away, I know I need these to be facing the same direction. So I'm just going to do that right away. So there is our earrings. Very beautiful. I think these came out really nice. So now let's get our necklace done. So we are going to do the same thing. And make sure I have all gold here. So we're going to take this off. I'm very pleased with this. I think this is very classy looking. All right. So now we're going to do the same thing we did with the other ones and bend and then make our loop. So we're going to do that with all our pieces, and I want to make sure that these are all straight. So what I ended up doing was I cut my chain and I did this to 7 inches. A little bit more. I'm going to kind of keep that even. Okay. I'm going to pull that. There we go. I almost feel like I need to add something right in the middle there to make sure that it lays even, because those little triangles are kind of stopping it. So let me push this off to the side for a moment. All right, here I'm going to add a couple jump rings, because I'm thinking if I add a couple jump rings, then that one piece of triangle won't be in the way. So I'm going to do that. Get rid of that. Oops. Just grab 2 jump rings and see if that will work better. Come on, eh? Okay. Let's try to put that through again. And there we go. Perfect. Yeah, that way it will lay nicely. Oops. All right, so now I just got to get rid of that little section here so it's even. Okay. There we go. So now I'm going to do a big one and 2 small ones for my first section. So I want to get my jump rings and attach all my little beads. So a little and a big one. Close that. It's not closed all the way. Let me fix that a little bit better. There we go. All right, now I want to take these beads and attach them to the chain. So I'm going to once again get my jump ring, put it on my bead, and attach it to my chain. I want to get that a little bit better, close together. There we go. There we go. It's closed nicely. All right, and lastly, we just got to put our closure on. This is really beautiful. I am exceptionally happy with this. Okay, let me get my closure. Okay, so now we are finally almost done. I'm going to get that jump ring off. I'm going to add this to my chain. I'm just using a basic lobster clasp. Okay, and then finally, one last jump ring. There we go. And there is our necklace. How beautiful is that, guys? Let me put this up a little bit so you can really see the entire piece. Got all that beautiful shining gold. So there is our earrings and our pendant. And I think this is going to make a beautiful gift for anybody. It could be your mother, your wife, this girlfriend. This is just gorgeous. I absolutely love this, and I think you will be pleased creating this piece as well. So I hope you guys enjoyed creating these pieces with me, and if you did, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to keep these videos coming your way. I'll see you guys next time. Bye!